All right, guys, today we're checking out the CYCROWN Dremax. So yeah, this is described as an all-terrain e-bike, and honestly, this looks like a city commuter e-bike. I really like the minimalist style on the CYCROWN. I like kind of the matte paint job. I think this is matte black. This thing can easily blend in the bike lanes, no problem. And it just looks like clean and minimalist. I really like it. Anyway, let's walk through all the features. Here we have 27.5 inch by 2.4 inch Kenda tires, and this looks like a street tread, so definitely meant for commuting. Got the integrated front fender. We got the hydraulic disc brakes over here. It looks like CYCROWN branded hydraulic disc brakes. We also got the front suspension fork with the preload adjustment, as well as the lockout adjustment. In terms of power, we have a 48 volt, 15 amp hour UL certified removable battery. It's also a step over design, and honestly, it's low enough to also be a step through. Up top, we have the MTB style handlebars, ergonomic rubber grip on the left hand thumb throttle, display controls, the CYCROWN hydraulic disc brake levers. We got an integrated front headlight, kind of small, but pretty bright. Center mounted LCD display. It looks like it's black and white, and honestly it is not that bright, especially in the daylight, so you might be able to change this, but at night it should be fine. You got the bell on the right side, 8-speed shifter, and the right hand rubber grip. Here's a look at the saddle seat. Nothing special about this, but should be plenty of cushion for commuting. Got the integrated rear rack, not that big, so probably good enough for a small milk crate or a backpack. Here's a look at the integrated rear taillights. So this design means you have one on the left and right side. You also have the brake functionality, so when you squeeze it, it gets brighter. And it also functions as side lights, so really good for riding at night, and cars and vehicles can see you when you ride past them. Here's a look at the hydraulic disc brakes on the rear, integrated rear fender. Here's a look at the 500 watt rated, 852 watt peak rear hub motor. Here's the Shimano Altus rear derailleur, and the total weight of this bike is 65.6 pounds. So pretty lightweight, easy enough to carry up a flight of stairs or mount on a vehicle, and it's small enough to store like a traditional e-bike. Now that we've gone over all the features of the CYCROWN Dremax, let's take it out for its first ride. First ride with the CYCROWN Dremax. We have the saddle at its lowest seat height. I feel like that's pretty low. If you're a shorter rider, my inseam is about 29-30 inches. Perfect for me. On first glance, a really nice city commuter, I can already tell. I have a good feeling about this one. Okay, so this is what I look like. Kind of flat-footing the bike, so definitely can fit shorter riders. There are 5 levels of pedal assist, and we'll start at pedal assist level 1 and no throttle. Just get right into it. Here we go. Okay, sensor kicks right in after just like one revolution, right? Boom. Immediate power right off the line on pedal assist level 1. It's not so abrupt that it throws you off balance or anything, but if you've never ridden an e-bike before, it can be a little bit jarring. But not bad. I mean, feels pretty smooth. It really feels well balanced and very easy to maneuver. So I like that. That's what I like in like these lightweight city commuter bikes, being able to kind of like weave in and out of traffic, right? It feels so lightweight. Okay, pedal assist level 2, still no throttle. And yep, more power off the line. It's tuned to be very responsive. I'll say that. Again, if you're used to that, if you're used to kind of like faster e-bikes that have a really strong tune in the low end, I think you'll be right at home. All right, pedal assist level 3, still no throttle. Take it off-road here. And surprisingly comfortable. Not something I'd want to take off-road for a significant amount of time, but if you need to transition from the pavement to the grass, it's not a big deal. Okay, pedal assist level 5, still no throttle, and tons of power off the line. Not a huge difference between, oh yeah, there you go. Okay, there is. I was gonna say like it didn't feel too much different from 3, but once you hit that top end, it goes and it wants to keep going. Really nice. Okay, give it a little throttle here. No pedal assist, just throttle. And the throttle is really responsive. I like that. Left-hand thumb throttle. No pedaling. Really easy to maneuver. Very nice. Okay, let's test the brakes out. Build up some speed. Okay, pedal assist level 5, full power, full pedal assist, and brake. Yeah, that was pretty good. They're CYCROWN branded hydraulic disc brakes, but those are actually pretty good.
Soft rip, yeah, this thing definitely, the power, if you're not on the sensors and the brake sensors, it kicks in really fast. And that, yeah, this thing, it's ready to go fast. For sure. Yeah, this thing doesn't play around. I'm hardly even giving it. I'm just trying not to lose the drone. But yeah, this thing, it hauls butt. So let's see how it does a little bit of off-road here. So we're going uphill now. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. I'm not gonna go super fast because this is not meant to be an off-road bike. But yeah, no, I mean, the front suspension is definitely doing its job. It feels really good, really plush. We'll take it off. I was gonna jump it off there, but no, I won't do it. So let's try just throttle only now. So the throttle only in mode 1, really slow. Let's kick it up all the way to mode 5 here. Mode 5, a lot stronger. Let's see if it makes us up this hill. Just throttle alone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it'll do it. Not too shabby, so let's go down this thing. This thing is definitely not made for this, but at least it's light and the brakes work really good. Yeah, okay, so let's see if this thing makes it back up. I'm not gonna take the super steep side, but I'm definitely gonna give her her best shot here. Oh, no way. No way, Jose. But we did make it about 3/4 of the way up, and I tell you, this is a really steep hill, so definitely not. Can you back up, mister? It's not very nice. But yeah, so it's definitely not the most powerful bike for inclines, so keep that in mind, but it does do a pretty decent hill. Don't get me wrong, that is just a very steep one. Like, that was just throttle only and it made it up at no problem. Let's watch out for this branch. But yeah, definitely oh, there we go. Definitely a super torquey and fast bike. And the power delivery is slightly delayed, but it comes in at a predictable moment, which is super, super nice. The display could be brighter. I'm sure if you turn the headlight on, I think it does get brighter. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell, but I did turn it on. But yeah, the gold bell is a nice touch. It works great. I think the pedal assist, it doesn't really matter what mode you're in, but it does matter for the throttle. If you do just throttle only, it does limit it. So I guess if you want it to be limited, you're gonna have to hold the throttle at the same time. So, yep, all that being said, definitely a super solid bike. Some quality parts on here, and I love the way it looks and I love the way it feels. So, let's bring her home.
So let's recap the specs. The Dremax is a minimal commuter e-bike with a step-over aluminum frame and a total weight of 65.6 pounds. It features an integrated headlight, taillights with brake functionality, a center-mounted color LCD display, and an integrated rear rack for carrying cargo. The design is simple and efficient, which is ideal for commuting. Powering the Dremax is a 500-watt rear hub motor peaking at 852 watts, paired with a 48-volt, 15-amp-hour UL-certified removable battery. With 5 levels of pedal assist and a left-hand thumb throttle, throttle, it's capable of hitting speeds up to 28 miles per hour and covering up to 60 miles on a charge, depending on conditions. It also has a front suspension fork, hydraulic disc brakes, and 27.5 by 2.4-inch Kenda tires.
First impressions with the CYCROWN Dremax, I like it. I like it a lot. I think this category of e-bike is pretty popular. A lot of the designs are pretty similar. On first glance, does it look like something you've seen before? Yes. But there is something to be said about a really good tune and parts that just fit together and aren't overly complicated, nothing super fancy, nothing unexpected. And I kind of like that. You know, there's a lot of popular brands that I like that feel minimalist, and this is kind of like a bike that would fit sort of in that same category. This is more suited for bike lanes, city commuter, riding this through downtown. It's kind of the perfect bike because we have, you know, the bike lanes, we have that infrastructure. So if you're using this to commute to the office or to run errands, this is all you need. You know, you don't need anything much bigger than this. Sensor just kind of kicks right in. So it isn't like a smooth ramp up. It's very immediate, especially on the highest pedal assist level. If this is your first e-bike, it takes some getting used to. Other than that, once you get used to it, it's really easy to maneuver, and it's really easy to maneuver at higher speeds. Obviously, we have the integrated front headlight. That's not, you know, anything super special, but I do like this style of brake light because not only do you get the brake functionality, and that's really bright in the daylight. At night, you could really see it from far away, and you can also see it from the side. And having like side lights is also a plus, just like when you're riding next to cars and things like that. CYCROWN Dremax, solid recommend.
Here's what we like. The CYCROWN Dremax keeps things light and easy to manage, with a smooth controller tune that makes it approachable across all power levels. And the integrated rear rack is a practical bonus for carrying gear on commutes. But here's some things to consider. The lack of rear suspension means it's not the most forgiving on rough terrain, and the 15 amp-hour battery might fall short for long-distance rides. Also, riders looking for more power might find it a bit tame, but overall, the Dremax is a solid pick for casual rides and urban commutes.